rate your competences.
Who the hell do you think you are?
I see you, I don't
Can
see
you do what you're supposed to do?
Everything is okay. It's okay.
And if you are angry, then you are the crazy one.
Give and take.
I don't exist.
For real.
Welcome to For Real episode 5. This is a podcast on human dignity recorded on the 8th of March 2024 at the National Theatre of the Netherlands in The Hague. We got together with 50 people to look into what it means to matter. Our guests go through a 2-hour experience in which they listen to pre-recorded interviews about the intellectual undermining of women. All music is made by Jorge Dumitriu on viola and guitar, Sarah Jeffrey on recorders and voice, and myself on harp. My name is Andrea Voets, and here at Resonate Productions we make musical journalism by combining social journalism with lots of original music. During 5 moments within For Real, the audience is invited to be interviewed by one of the musicians. And this podcast is made up of exactly those conversations as they took place. By doing this, we are creating one big collection of human experiences on respect and dignity. Let's go.
So good evening, everyone. If there's someone who would like to join, please feel free. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, welcome.
Thank you.
I'll introduce myself first. My name is Sarah. I was born in 1985 in Liverpool, in England. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Miranda Adriana Gerdina Maria van der Zand van de Heide Zomers.
Wow, beautiful.
I'm from Eindhoven and my date of birth is 1965.
Okay, welcome.
Thank you.
So these are the questions. Is there one that you would like to jump into?
Yeah, otherwise I wouldn't be here, I guess. It's to resonate with something that has been said before, and also this question, when did you feel that you were not taken seriously? Because I was thinking about the answer, sorry, forget your name, Andrea gave, that, well, it's not maybe an answer, but there rises another question, because when did you feel that you were not taken seriously? I think it's, at least for me, it's related to work. And then I can say, well, it's always a struggle to make yourself visible and being taken seriously. And then again, it doesn't have anything to do with being a wife or a mother or whatever. That's a kind of assumption that you are always taking seriously, something like that. So I think there's a gap between work-related and being like the traditional role or function or whatever you have as a mother, because that's never questioned. Are you being taken seriously as a mother?
Right.
And I'm, in that case, I've never been a mother before, so I don't know, I just do something that I do. And on the other hand, according to what Andrea said, like, I refuse to be a victim of when someone else not taking me seriously, because it's not about what the other one think or act or whatever or do. It's if I'm not taking myself seriously, how can someone else does? So it's a struggle as well, because what is serious? I don't know.
That's a very good question. But I love that. How can someone else take you seriously if you don't start with yourself first? Yes. Well, thank you very much for coming and for sharing that.
You're welcome. Thank you too.
there anyone else that would like to join here? Okay, there's gonna be more rounds later.
You are so many. I try to listen where the sound is coming from. Hi, come on over. Hi.
Hi.
Would you like to give us your name?
Yes, my name is actually Strugo.
Mm-hmm.
I was born in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
And I do resonate with some of the things that have been said.
Tell us.
Yes.
Which one comes to mind?
Well, you started, or the person who was being interviewed started with the sentence that it's not only about age, but there are other things that play a role as well.
Yes.
And I'm an immigrant. I've been living here for 20 years, and I can tell you that play a role as well. I lived in Germany also for a couple of years, and when I was promoted to be a manager of 4 male colleagues that were all Germans, all older than I was asked the question, why you? You are not going to make it work. And I said, why? Because you are different. And then I'm wondering, am I different because I was the youngest? Am I different because I'm a woman? Or am I different because I wasn't German? So I think that was the one thing that resonated to me. Sometimes there are so many different factors playing a role that it's difficult to say what it really is. And when people keep telling you that you are not good enough, how can you build up some confidence? So coming back to what the person said over there, I forgot your name. You have a very beautiful long name.
Yeah.
But I it's how can you be confident? How can you trust yourself if everybody's telling you that you cannot do it? So you can move forward, you can improve, you can reach some things in your life, but it's going to be harder, and you're going to develop some bruises, and it will have an impact on your confidence. So.
Are you by now confident in yourself?
It's always a struggle. It's always a struggle. I was left with bruises. That was just one example.
There must be many more.
Yes, unfortunately they are.
And when you catch yourself not being confident in your abilities, what does that sound like?
If you are not confident, people can see it and they will play on that. So it's if you don't trust yourself, that's what she said, right? If you don't trust yourself, how can the others trust you? And that then it becomes a struggle.
Yeah, people catch it. They feel it.
They
from
feel
each
it.
other.
They feel it, and they act on it. Depending on the group you're working with, you know, sometimes a corporate environment is a hard environment, and they just
They smell it.
They smell it, yes, through the video conferences, for sure.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, dear.
Okay, I'm gonna give it another shot. Maybe from this side. Hello.
Hey, my name is Karlotta von Schwarzenberg. I was born in Germany in the year 2005, so I feel very young actually, and not experienced. But I just wanted to share something because all those comments contain a lot of pain and a lot of anger. And also you said before you're taken seriously as a mother, but not in a professional context. And I have this one experience when I was like having a family dinner with my ex-boyfriend's family and his younger brother, who was like about, 14, maybe 13. They grew up in a traditional family of 2 parents, male and female, with 3 sons. And like the mother was asking, like, did you do your homework in like whatever subject? And he said like, nah, it's not important, she's a woman anyway. And it's just like, no one even realized how sexist this inherently is. It's like, for him it was normal to say that, and he was not taking this teacher seriously as a person, like deep down. And I was so angry, I got so angry at this 12-year-old boy. I was like, how can you say that? Because the family also was like, didn't even realize. And it's just like, if it's normalized to be sexist and you grow up don't realizing certain things you say. And that's the same for racism and sexism and homophobism. If you don't realize what is sexist or racist, I think this is, that's a huge problem. I just wanted to share that. Thanks.
Thank you for sharing.
Hello.
Hi. Would you like to give your name?
My name is Elsa, and I'm from Sydney, and also a small person born in 2004.
2004. Elsa, which question would you like to work with?
I'd like to say something I resonated with.
Good.
Which was the last comment about an inappropriate kind of relationship with a teacher and the impact that can have. I had a composition teacher in high school, and I now study composition, who, once I graduated, my intuition told me that he had sort of strange intentions by the way he acted and spoke to me, but as a result of his interest in me, I got many opportunities, internships, commissions, which then led me to be able to come and study here. And I always felt a strange push and pull of what I should have, what did I deserve that? Why did I get those opportunities? And I will never know. And it's like, sometimes I feel that his gaze, or how I perceived his gaze, is now within me, and I gaze at my own work or my own value in, through that lens of, I'm not sure if it's my skill or my appearance or my character when I receive an opportunity.
Oh, that sounds awful. That just sounds awful to me. Because in high school you're only, how old? 16, 17? How do you deal with that? Wait, first of all, how long have you been here? How long ago is it?
Well, I've only been here for 1 year studying my bachelor.
Only now. Did you expect that it would follow you here?
I think I did because I feel that because it was in my field, in what I'm super passionate about, that's why the mark is so deep. Because I'm sure you know when we put ourselves into our creativity, and so, yeah.
Because it's what you care so much about, the mark is so deep. Thank you so much. Is there something else you would like to say about this? That's it. Thank you, Elsa.
Hello, welcome. Oh, thank you. Everything okay? Yes.
Would you like to introduce yourself?
I'm Mariana. I'm originally from Ukraine, from 1988.
Great. Welcome. So these are our questions for this round.
Well, yeah, I mean, maybe also because I just heard Elsa sharing her story, and I could resonate with that as well, in a way. I studied saxophone in Ukraine, in a music college and then the conservatory. And somehow up till today, I keep hearing this, which is still very... Well, today, of course, the news of Ukraine are somewhat different, but whenever people talk to a saxophonist on, let's say, on a TV, and then they say, oh, how come you chose such a masculine instrument?
Straight away.
For me, it was always very... I grew up in a family where it was never as a statement. So I studied saxophone, which was quite strange at that time. We had a few saxophone players, and then my teacher was a man. There was one exam that I prepared, I was really preparing for. But then I was on the stage and I was quite stressed, so I couldn't start. I had to do the first passage, and it somehow wasn't working. And I was getting only more and more stressed, and my teacher was not there also, although he was supposed to be there also in the jury and sort of fend for me, but he wasn't there. I don't know why. I had to restart over again, I think about 4 or 5 times.
Wow.
And this is terrible when you're on stage with the jury, with the audience. And
I was just thinking it's amazing that you didn't give up.
I did not give up.
You did it.
I did it. But then, of course, I had to be also graded on my exam. And that's when my teacher appeared. And I guess he had probably a very exciting gig the night before. He showed up super hungover, and and we say like whatever a sober man has in his brain or in his head, the drunk one will tell you up front. So what happened next is that they gave me basically a highest mark, which I was like, but this is not right. I mean, it's impossible. How is it possible? I really felt that I just didn't deserve it because I can do much better and it's unfair. So it was sort of a positive discrimination. And then I talked to the teacher of mine, and he came to me and he said, oh yeah, I heard you had to restart like 4 or 5 times, and yeah, well, these things can happen, but, and then he took me by the cheek, you know, like in a very this way, and I was like already quite disgusted, and then he kissed me on the cheek, and he said, you know, the most important is that you are an attractive girl.
Fucking hell. Oh, sorry, this is a podcast. But,
It was quite disgusting, and after that, right after this accident, I was so furious. I was so furious with the whole situation that he didn't show up, that then he showed up in this, and actually what he told me, so I went to the dean and I said, I need transfer right now. I want to need a different teacher. And that's just one anecdote experience. But now that I look back into my experiences, I feel that maybe, you know, this sort of, I mean, I somehow tend to focus on the positive things. And of course, this thing, they hurt me, but in a way, they also made me stronger. Because I felt, well, if I don't fend for myself, there will be no one to fend for me. So in a way, it was a negative experience related to my gender, related to my profession and all this. But in a way, it also, I think it's something that made me a person who I am today, you know, with ambitions and trust that, well, I just have to look for people who will support me and not just give me best grades because I'm an attractive girl.
Have you found those people?
I do, yeah. I keep, I search and I see it, and I also don't. I mean, sometimes I don't. When I see also in my surrounding, and there are some comments that a bit similar to what I heard from my teacher, and they really trigger me in a way. But also referring to, like, sometimes I feel I need to hide that, so I don't really make a scene out of that. But I also sort of make my, I don't know, maybe judgment or conclusions, and I don't want to be in that, you know, surrounding.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
So my name is Yvonne. I'm from Hoofddorp, and I was born in 1992. One of the things that resonated with me was it was said that a woman has to be pretty foremost. And my dad, I really like him, but he has some like sexist ideas, I would say. And when I was young, he would always say, "Oh, you should put on a skirt, or you should put on a dress," or I would come home when I was a student, and he would be like, "Did you gain weight?" And you know, all these kind of like things that don't really matter, but it does really made me think that, for example, if I would gain weight, that would be the worst thing ever, you know? Like, it wouldn't matter if I would be unemployed or not finish my studies, but like, oof, being a fat woman, that would be out of question. So I think what he instilled in my mind is that as a woman, the first thing you have to be is be pretty, and the rest matters a lot less. And I think I've been trying to like educate him and also get that thought out of my head, but it's really hard to fight it because it's a lot of work to you know, not just show up but also like show up pretty and nice. So I think that was resonated with me, that it takes a really long time to let go of that idea that as a woman you have to be pretty. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing.
should I wait or yeah?
Hello.
Hi, what's your name?
Alexia. I was born in 2000 in the UK. And you?
I'm Phoebe. I was born in Italy in 2001.
Is there a question you'd like to answer?
Yeah, actually I think there are two and they kind of fit into each other. I was very moved about what one of the interviews said about her mother. I kind of feel the same with my mom as well. Sorry.
It's okay. Take your time. Some water if you want.
She didn't have the career she should have had.
What prevented her?
Well, me, my dad. She decided to stay at home and take care of me and my sister. So she quit her big corporate job and settled for something less. I think growing up, she makes it look like it's okay now, you know, like she's happy and everything, but I can see through that. And also that's something I don't want for myself now. And then you kind of know she lives through me a little bit as well. I'm here in the Netherlands. I moved to build up my career. I want to become a diplomat. Yeah. And I know that for how it works in my country, if I would have a family of people to care about, I would not go anywhere. And the thing that makes me really scared about being in a relationship as well, and see myself in the future, how to handle that, how to take that with me. And between this person that I want to be and the person I am now and what I kind of feel like I'm running from as well, it's very difficult to define yourself. And to actually understand who would I have been if society was not constructed in this way, if I was not gendered into my role, and it sometimes feels very lonely as well. And something I would like to say to my mother is that she should take the time and mourn about it, cry about it, and make it go through her system, because I think the not acknowledging, it's worse than actually doing it. Yeah.
She has to let it go through her system.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I guess it's your turn now. If there is a question you would like to answer.
I'll say it really simply as I can, so that it's not an explosion of everything. I just started to wonder through listening today really when it was when we first allowed ourselves to be sold in that way or accepted that we were less valuable. Like really the beginning of that. And then I just started to think of a whole different world. in which the power that you can have when you are allowed to dictate as loudly as you want to, and everything. Like, imagine if we dictated other people's realities, and just what that would sound like and look like. And that was my thought experiment.
Yeah, I wish we could have an answer to that, because then it would be easier to kind of go back in time and try to fix it, but it's hard, no?
It's very hard. I think that's what the imagination is for and what creativity is for.
Thank you.
We are recording for the final time. Anyone, everyone is welcome to come to the centre and share a sentence. What do you deserve?
Everything. We were born like that. The love, the freedom, the space, the joy, the health, the wonder, everything. We were taught differently by society, by what we've seen in our parents, but it doesn't stop there. So we all deserve everything.
This was For Real from the National Theatre of the Netherlands in The Hague. We are Resonate Productions, and you can find us on Instagram at resonate.productions or on facebook.com/musicaljournalism. See you next time.